Hello, what's going on, guys? It's Let's Go Dragon alongside of my co-caster today. It's going to be Crims, and we're
Hello,
going to be
everyone.
casting the game of Mingles V2 versus Spawn Point. You want to go ahead and introduce this blue side to us?
All right, so on the blue side here, we have Alien Boy 42 playing set, Jimothy Halpert on the Zac, Donkey Cheeks playing Annie, Ariana Grande on Tristana, paired with Volfe on the Seraphine.
Yeah. Wow. Over onto the Spawn Point side of things, we have SP Pillars in the top lane playing the Kennen. Tigaroos playing the Pandit Xin Zhao jungle. At this point, it's pretty Pandit for him. I feel like this is like his 4th out of 6 weeks we've seen him on the Xin Zhao. Kamatsi, also on the Pandit Syndra. I feel like this is like 3 out of 6, honestly. And then Albagor and Rosebuds on yet another Pandit, Ash and Alistar.
I don't think you can patent it because other people are allowed to play it,
Of
but
course, but
you
I've
can.
seen, but I feel like for multiple weeks in a row, this is like a team cup I've seen them do a lot,
Are
honestly.
you sure this is not a previous VOD?
I really hope not, but yeah, I really hope not because I just downloaded it today. I empty out the folder every time after stream, so that I don't mince up the games. So hopefully not. I do remember Volfi playing Seraphine at the very least. We see him on a lot on Nautilus, but not the
Mhm.
Seraphine. So this has to be new. Has to be something new at least.
Yeah, but it looks like we have a full comfort side then for Spawn Point here. Honestly, I mean, the draft does make sense overall as well. So they got a bit of team comp
Hmm.
that goes team fighting in the mid game with the Kennen and the Alistar. Nice laner in the mid lane as well. So on the Syndra, so it's overall pretty decent team comp. So I don't mind seeing them pick these champions over and over again if people let them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's not necessarily like really good at one thing. It's really good at doing multiple things. If you're ahead, team fighting, you have a good job at doing that. If you're behind, pick potential is also really there with Kamatsu on the Syndra, Ash with her arrow, even Alistar is pretty good at getting picks if he can get a flash knock up into the headbutt off. So
Hmm.
a lot of ways that you can really get uh flex this team comp instead of just being the team fight or instead of just being a pick comp. They have a lot of ways to going into this. So I honestly I like it. Little jack of all trades. We'll have to see it's better if it's better than like a master of none as Mingles V2 side of things. They look like they have a lot of good team fight potential.
They do as well. It's not as guaranteed as something like an Alistair, though, except with the Annie, of course. But in terms of their engagers, it's mostly going to be on Zac, maybe Seraphine combo to go ahead and catch up most of the team. Of course, it up until the mid game, Annie can just flash ultimate anyone right before the fight starts, so that'd be a good catch as well for them. Huge wave stacking up for the top side here. So SP Pillars getting the best of Alien Boy right now. It is a ranged v melee matchup, so Alien Boy can't do much right now, but this huge wave can go ahead stack up. Should be able to give SP Pillars here an option. Can roam, can reset, get items. Up to SP Pillars here. I would hope that he does one of those things. Nope, just gonna stay in the lane.
Yeah. I mean, if he can continue on with this slow push, get a good full
Oh, he didn't get
two,
it
three
in.
waves.
Ooh, that's why. Yeah,
Yeah,
he didn't get it in all the way. Ooh,
yeah, but
engage on the bot side, Rosebuds.
yeah, Rosebuds does go in with the headbutt pulverize, but it does get disengaged pretty easily by Ariana Grande using that. But Alien Boy on the top lane, he's decided he's bored of being under tower. He goes in for the flash, headbutt? No, not headbutt. Skull Crusher? I don't know. It's one of those abilities that he grabs them. And
It's
still going to be forcing out
yeah.
the flash from SP Pillars with that Elastic Slingshot. I know that one from Jimmy Halbert.
Yeah, Alien Boy probably thought Jimmy the Helper was coming a little bit sooner there. But unfortunately, I guess a bit of miscommunication in the engage wasn't precise. But that's kind of why I wanted SP Pillars to back and buy items, because I think you pretty much know that that gank is coming, especially at that wave, and you're pushed in right up on that turret. But survives the gank, burns his own flash in the process as well, and should just continue his poke from that top side there. And bot side, we have another wave coming in. And interesting, no ganks yet coming out from the Xin. I guess he didn't really have a lane to go to. Could have counter ganked top side, I guess, but with honestly, I know it's hard to do at this tier, but I think the dive bottom would have been really nice. But I know that's asking a lot.
Yeah, especially with against someone that has pretty good lockdown like Wolfie. I mean, they don't exactly have a good way of consistently getting that root or stun off for Wolfie, other than proccing himself. I know the jump has a slow when you land, but we don't really worry about that. While Kamasi, he has to worry about a Elastic Slingshot coming in. You're going to go ahead and give the kill over to Jimmy Halbert. Now Tigger Rouge just going to be running off, trying to see if he can get on out of there. Use the Audacious Charge on a minion, so looks like he will
Is it
be.
Tigger Rouge?
Tigger Rouge, yes.
So
Like
Tigger
the
Red. Tigger Red. Interesting.
yeah, Tigger Rouge taking red.
Yeah, Rouge is French for red, right? Am I just tripping?
I don't know. I don't know French.
I think it is.
I know. From fun fact, English is actually my second language, and I can't say it's my only language because I'm learning Spanish now as my third, but I don't have a first language because I forgot it.
You forgot your first language.
Yeah, my first language was Vietnamese, and then I started going public because that's what I learned at home, and then I started going public school. My English grades were not good, so we started speaking English at home, and I just forgot Vietnamese. Like we got to a point where I just started forgetting it. So
I don't blame you. That's happened to me. I used to know Tagalog and a little bit of Chinese, but I mean, I never spoke with anyone besides my mom. And then, even at school, I went to all Filipino school. No one spoke Tagalog. Everyone just spoke English, so it didn't even matter.
yeah.
So yeah, you forget.
Definitely do forget.
But looks like with that bot prio, we're going to be getting a first dragon for the side of spawn point here. Unfortunately for them, it is a Windrake. It's going to reduce their cooldowns. That's just about it. Honestly, the worst dragon to get early game. And it's unfortunate, though.
Definitely not an amazing Drake. It's not exactly bad in this team comp because like 10% or what was it, 10 ability haste for your abilities.
It's like 12 or something, yeah.
Yeah, 12, 10. For some pretty important ultis, the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, the Unleashed Power, and the Lightning Storm, or it's not exactly Lightning Storm. It's like something.
It's like
Slicing
Maelstrom. Yeah, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, all really good abilities that you kind of want to play around. So having that more often is definitely going to be appreciated. But appreciated nonetheless, it's going to be Donkey Cheats Jung on top of the Tibbers, while Ariana Grande in the bottom lane also looking for a little bit of fight. We're switching back to the top lane because the red camera can't decide, and it looks like Donkey Cheats isn't able to pick up the kills there, unfortunately. The Tibbers had a recall back over to Donkey, which he had to recall or move back because of Tigger Rouge. Oh, we're throwing back the Tibbers, so into a stun. We're right on top of him, and the Unleashed Power is going to be slapping down these Donkey Cheeks.
That was a bit greedy. I'm looking at Donkey Cheek's cooldowns for the summer spells, and I've noticed Ignite coming up from cooldown. So maybe if Donkey Cheeks just waited a couple more seconds, that would have been a guaranteed kill on Komatsu there.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe it was just a little bit of mistiming, not really realizing that your summoner spell's coming up soon and engaging a little early.
Well, I notice top side here. Yep, we have a gate coming.
Yeah, Jimmy
Halbert
his stretching strides, managed to pull back Pillars. Pillars has the Slicing Maelstrom, so he goes ahead and uses it. The Facebreaker goes out onto Alien Boy. He drops down the Showstopper onto SP Pillars as well. He's getting real low. We were in the middle of the minions, but it doesn't matter. Jimmy able to pick up the kill. The Flash coming out from Roseblitz as well and get the Ignite, but Albagore is just going to be able to pick it up thanks to the slow. Now Tigger Rouge in the top lane as well. direct cams going across the map back and forth, but it looks like both ends are going to be okay with a one-on-one on the top side and a one for nothing on the bot side. I guess all in favor for the spawn point here.
Yeah, it looks like Spawn Point going to slightly take that because of the bot side win there. So Ariana Grande probably pushing it a little too much. Tower dive comes out from Rosebud here. He activates the ultimate, just absolutely monster taking that turret there. And honestly, the only thing Volfe could have done was back off and didn't do that. Decided to stick around for the minions and EXP and gets punished for it.
Yeah, you have to be careful whenever there's an Alistar. He's really good at these engages or these tower dives thanks to his unbreakable will. Just makes it, he doesn't gain armor manages anymore. That was like 3-4 seasons ago where he used to just gain a bunch of armor manages. Now he just straight up takes reduced damage whenever he pops ulti, alongside of clearing whatever CC he has on him. So he makes it really good
pretty cool.
at tower diving.
Yeah, there's some pretty cool like combo breakers you could do with the Alistar ultimate there. Some real nice ones as well, like breaking Thresh Chain into an engage is pretty cool if you've ever seen that. I like that one.
Yeah.
But taking notes here on the top side with the two ganks, Alien Boy basically is an even CS. I know it says about 6, but that wave's coming towards him and he'll pick it up. As we have Ariana Grande picking up a turret play on the bottom, I guess Abigor and Rosebud, stuck around a little bit too long on bot side, and they just trade the turret plates instead. And I think Pillar's just been stacking waves against Alien Boy the whole time here. Yeah.
But it looks like Enchanted Crystal Arrow alongside of Rosebud's Headbutt Pulverized combo is just going to be landing onto Wolfie, punishing that. We saw a 4-man bot gank coming in if we were staring at the minimap a little bit, since Director Cam wants to look at the top lane a little bit. Alien Boy also. It's not getting the better end of all of these trades thanks to all the minions they're stacking, and now Donkey Cheats dropping down the tippers over on the Kamatsu. Kamatsu's trying to turn back with a little bit extra damage on his own, but it's not going to be enough just yet. But, ooh, looks like it's going to be first tower bot side as well, over for a spawn point, thanks to that Rift Herald bot lane. Rouge came in, so that's full platings for the ADC, a little bit for Tigger Rouge since he was also there, also first blood tower.
Yeah, I'm interested to see the gold distribution here for Abigor versus Ariana Grande. 2-0-1, but with all those turret plates, that is a absolutely massive lead. 1,500 gold there. That's basically an item or an item and a half, depending on the current situation. Wolfie giving away another kill on the Seraphine. You pretty much have no escape, Rex. So you make sure that you are in no danger at all points in the jungle. And, well, Wolfie didn't respect that and gives over another kill to Abigor. So Abigor well on the way to carry this game.
Yeah, absolutely. 3-1. Have the Kraken Slayer already available. Ash really works well with a lot of attack speed thanks to that Ranger's focus she has for her Q, and she just starts spraying down auto attacks. Kraken Slayer is a great build for her, and really scary considering that how you're going to deal with her is like if you try to get on top of her. But if Ash just deals enough DPS, it might not just matter if Jimmy Halbert can get on top of her or not.
Yeah, interesting pick that would have been pretty good for the side of Mingo's V2 here is an Olaf. Now, I don't know if Jimmy Albert plays Olaf, but Olaf pretty much destroys Ash and also the Alistar because of the true damage. So, and, not too bad against the Syndra either. So, Olaf would have been a pretty good pick on the side of Mingo's V2. Obviously, we don't know the draft. We don't know the order, but just, just for people watching, you could pick an Olaf into this and you can just steamroll them. There's nothing Ash can do.
And maybe that'll also help out a little bit. So we do see that Jimmy Halbert is a bit behind since Tigger Rouge has opted in for doing just straight power farming. Olaf also really good at power farming as a response too. So if he could also tell your laners like, okay, we're just going to back off a little bit. I'm going to power farm. We're just going to hit the mid game hard like a truck. And then really make it so that this Ash doesn't get to play the game. While Kamatsu also trying to make sure that Donkey Cheats doesn't play the game a little bit, but it doesn't seem like top lane doesn't seem like a great position to be in right now. We've seen 5 people from spawn point hovering over this top side. which is
Yeah, I
really
don't think a
scary.
tower's enough. Yeah, I don't think a tower's enough to protect them against a 5-man dive. And that's a very squishy Wolfie as well. Wouldn't survive too long. Looks like they're going to focus on the bot lane. Interesting enough, they have 0 people bot side. So Ariana Grande could have probably taken that turret. Wasn't aware of the positioning because the wards in the river are all cleared out. But that was a possible opportunity if their team had more vision in the jungle. But yep, is just gonna walk straight back over there. Oh, maybe getting this red buff first. Interesting. Tigger Roosh here. Zin's not really a champion you want to power farm on. Yeah, he can do it, and yeah, he is up 30 CS right about now, so that's huge for jungle. Ooh, Donkey Chick's getting stunned up.
Yeah, it hits with the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, but the wind becomes lightning. Will be missing out a little bit. Rosebud's going to be flashing, igniting on top of Donkey Cheats in order to finish up that kill. Now Wolfie's stuck under tower. He's stuck there with Tigger Rouge, but unfortunately Orion Granda also here. Ooh, he's going back in for the engage. He had to Gore Drinker proc, but unfortunately ulti is going to push him back into the wall, so then he's going to have to burn his flash, but nonetheless, he's still going to be falling down there, trying to go for the kill. Ooh, here comes the Showstopper into the wombo combo. Going to get 2 kills. Can he get 3? Because Kamatsu here, unfortunately, Ariana Grande is going to be falling himself. We'll see. Elastic Slingshot jukes it out. Okay, Kamatsu got the fancy feet going around. He's trying to find something Elastic Slingshot onto. Doesn't find it yet. Use the Blast Parry. He's breaking ankles, but here comes Face Breaker to break him.
That was interesting. It's funny that the Q of Zac did not kill Kamatsu there. Just barely enough HP, and he's just like, oh god, I have to keep chasing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that was actually very good by Alien Boy and Jimothy Halpert to salvage that situation. The spawn point grouped up on that turret just enough for Alien Boy to pick up a nice stun combo with Jimothy Halpert there. Absolutely slaughtered them in that re-engage. So that's going to recoup their losses a little bit. Unfortunately, they're still down 4K, which is a lot, especially right now, 16 minutes in the game. And that because of that fight, and they weren't able to get anything afterwards, and they had to reset. As you can see here, everyone's just coming back onto the field right now. They're not actually in position to contest this Rift Herald, so they've given up the Rift Herald by going for that fight as well. I'm not saying that they shouldn't have. I'm just saying that's just the result here. And this is going to lead right into the next dragon as well. So even though they did get a little bit of a win, they're still on the back foot in tempo and in the gold as well in this game.
Yeah, definitely a little bit behind in terms of just trying to get them find a pretty good spot for themselves. Very unfortunate Ariana Grande died before killing out Kamatsu there. Would have appreciated another kill for the ADC.
Could have been a turret.
Yeah, could have been the turret as well if Ariana Grande also lived there. But it is what it is, unfortunately. But we'll have to see what
The
we're going to be
mid-control
playing for.
contest.
Yeah, this is pretty good because SP Pillars is separated off. It's going to be a 4v5.
He could flank though.
And he could flank. That is also true. They could also pick out the Pillars. We're waiting. We're seeing. Potentially. We see them spotted out. Pillars now knowing that there's a Donkey Cheeks in the bush. He doesn't want to walk over there. But we're going
I think SP has to do Dragon to bait this in if they want. And I think they're going to start it eventually. Nope, they're still baiting. So if you're in this situation, I think that Mingo's V2 just pushes up mid lane, threaten the turret here a little bit. Right now they're just losing pressure bot side and top side as well, and they're not getting anything done. All right, Ariana Grande finally gonna probably break this here, and let's see if they go for the. They're still not going for the dragon, so they want a team fight. It looks like, and they're just gonna do anything in their power to make sure this happens. This is an interesting position. No one wants to do the dragon. SP, you are in the lead. Oh, here we go. Jimmy Howard breaks the no man's land.
Breaks the tension a little bit. Enchanted Crystal Arrow into.
Oh, huge!
Oh, headbutt, but it got canceled out by Alien Boy. Showstopper. Tigger is now in the deep of it. Spawn or SP Pillars is now in the middle of it as well. He got 1, not 2, but 3 kills in the middle of all that. Alien Boy's trying his best in order to help out his boy Jimothy, but unfortunately he's going to be falling down, and that's going to be a 5-0 ace on the side of Spawn Point.
Yeah, so unfortunately they were behind 4K, so they're already, pushing a bit of a coin flip there. And you kind of want them to do Dragon to group them up, so that makes it easier to land your Wombo ultimates there. But they tried to chase after them instead, and, Zac's not exactly good at that. Alien Boy is pretty much better as a peeler as well. So that's why that team fight was just such a disaster there for Mingo's V2. And I have to say, well played by Spawn Point. They wanted team fight. They're trying to bait their opponents in, and their patience broke, and they just take the win right after that. And they get some turrets, they get the dragon, they got everything.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna say that Mingos V2 engaging there isn't exactly a bad thing. It was a bad thing that they took so long to do so because Spawn Point was getting a lot of value out of the top wave was pushing in. Like you're talking about, the Rift Herald was spawned in bot side, so we were able to pick up that tower too. And in mid lane, no one was really responding to that either, so you weren't exerting any pressure. We're doing something I know some people like to call the dragon dance, where we just dance around the dragon pit. We don't get anything out of it because we're all just standing there waiting for a fight to happen, but no one's committing to the fight yet. So,
Yeah, I think for the side of Mingos, you want to make sure they're grouped up, right? So
mhm,
if you are chasing into them, they're going to be running away from you. They're going to be spreading out, and that's opposite of what you want. So you either draw them in by doing the dragon, or you wait for them to start the dragon, or by forcing the mid lane, right? So you either
mhm,
go mid lane, say, "Hey, Ariana Grande, go do the mid lane. You have massive tower taking potential." And then when it looks like they're going to do the dragon, you call Ariana Grande back, and then you get the team fight that you're hoping for there. But they kind of just jumped the gun. They just thought they could just raw engage with the Zac, which he's not exactly good at. He's better at an off angle, because he's got to charge it up and he's got to make sure he's not in vision and stuff like that. And then even then, you could see him coming, right? Like
mhm.
Alistar can position right over where Zac's coming and just hit a Q, and that just stops that engage cold. So it's a big deal for Zac to get proper positioning there. And once he missed his elastic slingshot, you could see that there wasn't really much they could do. Alien Boy tried to recover, but I think really good play in Rosebuds there to cancel with the ultimate and then try to headbutt him away. Ooh, flash out there from Abigor, respecting the Annie. Smart.
Yeah, very smart. Don't want to be giving up any leads away for Mingos V2. You're 8k gold ahead spawn point, so you don't want to be giving away anything for free. Without any like equal contention, I don't think Rosebuds can really get a 1-for-1 trade, even if that would be worth it in this case. But
Yeah. Still squishy, even though you're 3-1-6 with the wits end here. Doesn't mean you're gonna survive a full Annie combo, right?
yeah, absolutely. I do like it with Wits End here. We do have quite a bit of magic damage coming out from everyone except
Mm-hmm.
for Alien Boy. Ariana Grande has a little bit of magic damage to Goomba Stomp alongside of the
Ultimate.
Buster Shot. Yes.
Yeah.
Both of them do magic damage, not insane amounts, so we're not exactly going to be pointing to like looking as like, oh yeah, this is why you build Wits End. But Donkey cheats so much damage. Don't want to be testing how much damage you can take from her. And then Wolfie always has that little bit of magic damage, even though you're growing more support, still quite a bit of magic damage to worry about, especially if it's layered on top of other things.
Do you remember the old Tristana?
Ultrastana, where, okay, let's see. I do remember the Goomstomp, ooh, but
Ooh.
Pillars is gonna have to remember this one. He's gonna get attacked
He's got
on,
Zonia's.
ooh.
Oh, doesn't pop Zonia's.
Yeah, he
Ooh.
managed to get the ulti, but not the Zonias off. He managed to pop the Zonias, possibly seeing
I
Donkey
think he
Cheats go
tried to
down.
greed
Mm-hmm.
for the lightning rush. He tried to lightning rush get someone early. He should have just popped it right away.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely should have popped this so that he can get that Zonias off. Ulti is way too much value while you're in Zonias as a zoning ability and also as a catch out, since we saw Donkey Cheats was 2 out of 3 stacks.
He can
Definitely
still
worth the
make it to
work.
this dragon though. He's got TP up,
Hmm.
and his death timer is low enough, so it's not the end of the world. But blowing the slicing maelstrom might not be up for the dragon, depending on how fast the members get on it. Ooh, Jimothy Hopper burning a flash.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty big since the dragon's coming up as well. Doggy Cheeks not having flash is kind of bad, as well as Ariana. So Mingos V2 not in the perfect position, but they've burned some couple of important flashes here. Ooh,
Yeah, they
Donkey
did.
Cheeks.
Oh no, Donkey Cheats walking into unwarded territory. It looks like it's going to be a little bit precarious situation, but we do have the encore coming out from
Oh,
Volpe in order to do quite a bit of CC. Jimmy Halbert's also here now in order to try to make a little disruption in the team fight, but the rest of the team's already dead. He has no one else to do a lot of damage.
all right.
So now he's
He's
just going to
giving
get
up.
CC down while Alvagor just firing away with that Kraken Slayer. It's going to be an ace yet again for the spawn point side.
Yeah, and I mean now they can just get whatever they want. They could get a turret, they could get Baron, they could get Dragon, they could get all three maybe.
Mhm.
Probably not, probably just two. But it is a huge win for them. I think what it looks like a 9K gold lead as well. They're gonna get the Dragon Soul. They're probably gonna get an inhib. They're probably gonna get the Baron. I don't. I'm gonna call it here. This is GG. This is pretty much no comeback for the side of Mingo's V2 here.
Yeah,
Do you know what game this was? Was this game 1, 2, or 3?
this is game 2. Game 1 was a much longer one, but I have another game that seems very interesting in store, so I didn't want to do back-to-back sort of long games at the very least.
Okay.
So this
yeah,
game
that
2
could get grindy.
definitely can get grindy. Is looking, like you said, pretty GG's at the very least from for Mingo's V2, but honestly, you never know. A lot of things could happen. They are a very team fight oriented comp, so maybe we just get the perfect scenario for a team fight. But right now, I mean, Spawn Point is doing a really good job at their positioning and counter engaging, while Jimmy P. Halbert's trying to get in there, just stopping a lot of it in order to make sure they don't get super grouped up and in fact just turn it around on the other side.
Yeah, I thought Donkey Cheeks was gonna make it out. It was really close, to be honest. I didn't see what exactly killed Donkey Cheeks, but it was very, very close. Almost made it out of that. Wolfie just barely not ulting in time, I think, to save Donkey Cheeks there. But even on a 0-4 and 2, Annie still can be quite vicious in a team fight. Now it's gonna be pretty hard with the Dragon Soul, even for Abigor to die. I mean, just look at the healing Abigor is already putting out. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. Oh, goes for the Gwynsies. What a greedy item. Oh, half health from Kamatsu.
Yeah.
Wow. But they're getting flanked on here. They're fully surrounded.
They're getting collapsed on. Ooh, unfortunately, Snipe doesn't finish up the kill there. For the Baron buff, and we're going for an engage. Slice and Maelstrom goes off. Finally pops the zone, yes, but the Slice and Maelstrom is already over, so the SB Code is going to be falling down. Abacor is just running a train against Jimmy Halbert, so he's just doing fine as well. Ariana Grande and Wolfie are the only ones surviving, but I don't think they will be the ones to maybe defend the game, especially with Rosebuds on the hunt. He's looking for blood. Can he find it? He does. Someone's looking at the shop. Gotta be watch out when you're shoe shopping. Wolfie also still trying to make his way out. We'll have to see. Rosebud's looking to get the cut off, but he's going back. See if he can find. Oh, he sees him. He sees him. You just need to get the Q up. Oh, too late. So it looks like Wolfie managed to get out, but I don't think it will matter the fact that we're going.
No, Wolfie's got it.
Oh, yeah.
Wolfie's got it.
Well, Tigger Rouge looks like he had it instead in this case. So it looks like it's going to be the end with Spawn Points remaining undefeated currently in Gold Cats.
Yeah, looking like a pretty strong contender for the championship here. Pretty good performance in this game.
Yeah, definitely. So a lot of comfort pits. I'm surprised that we're seeing this many sort of comfort pits coming out for them. I'm sure there has to be like more like scarier picks that each one of these members know how to play, and these are the only ones that are, like everyone else is okay with letting go through. Because like I swear I've seen Tigger Rouge play that Xin Zhao and Kamanzi play the Syndra so many times over, and they still perform very well. Abigor, I want to say he bounces between two ADCs, between Ashe and one other that I can't remember at the moment, and then Rosebuds with the Alistar. I remember that a couple times at the very least. So I'm surprised that this gets through so often.
Yeah, I'm just going to reiterate what I said before. If you want to counter this comp, build an Olaf comp here, and I think you'll just steamroll. Obviously you got to win the early game, but if you do, it's going to be pretty hard for them to deal with an Olaf comp.
Yeah, so that was our first game here. GG's for Spawn Point versus Main 2s. And right now, we're just going to be going off on a little bit of a break. We're going to get our next game set up here, which is going to be Spank Boys versus Rivals. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello, we're back once again, and this one's actually is a requested game by Rivals. Their CB Barbarian requested this game here, so hopefully it's going to be a good one. He talked to me a little bit about it. But in any case, I'm Let's Go Dragon alongside my co-caster once again, Crims, and this is
Hello.
Rivals versus Spank Boys. You want to introduce this blue side once again?
Right, so CB the Barbarian from Rivals here going to be manning Braum on in the support position. Dodge the Q on interesting a Yasuo as AD carry. Talix Guy playing Vagar in the mid lane. We have Eyesight manning the Xin Zhao. And then we have Trusty Karma, or Trustiest Karma, playing the J4. I'm assuming that was a switcheroo on the top side. Yes, I started bot to top. Deal with it, guys.
Yeah, and since we're already going to be going ahead and doing that, so let's talk about Spank Boys. Over on our red side here, we got M Love playing Alistar in the bottom as a support, Coco Mobrizi as the ADC for his part, playing the MF. In mid lane, we got Gif playing the Lissandra. And then for our jungle and top lane, we got the Alpha and L9 Weenie playing Kane and Set.
Yeah, we change it up here every once in a while. Isn't that correct, Rex?
Yeah, yes, we gotta keep it interesting, you know.
Yeah, we're not stock bog standard,
Yeah.
we'll go top to bottom and bottom to top. Who does that? We're crazy.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Maybe we'll start at the
I,
middle sometime and branch out.
I like how everyone's doing the Spank Boys now because that is exactly how you have to say this team's name. There's no other way.
Yeah, exactly. The Z on the end really just adds a lot of more emphasis. It's like if you're speaking a lot of languages, they use accent marks to really tell you how to say things. This one has like a really big really big accent mark to tell you, it's like you really got to bring up the boys up high.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're spitting the truth right about now. All right, so L9 Weedy and Trustiest Karma duking it out in the top side. Looks like the J4 getting the first superior trade. I imagine that will start to change. Yeah, this is a new thing. I'm not a fan of it personally because I don't think J4 on the top lane is that great. But I mean, he has matchups that he does fine into. So there is that. But compared to other top champions, I think he doesn't do as much as he would be in the jungle. And there we go. Level 2 finally hits. And L9 Weenie taking the massive trade win right there.
Yeah, so now it's going to be evening it out. Only one pot used by Trusty's Karma and L9 Weenie onto using his one part. So not going to be looking too great. We'll have to see how it goes. I mean, I'm not exactly opposed, but right now this early trading is making me a little bit more opposed to it. With Trusty's Karma taking quite a bit of the bad end of it. Hopefully whenever we get to a little bit later stages of the game, the trading gets a little bit better, or at least whenever we get to the mid game, his usefulness will probably outweigh Set's thanks to just the flag drag combo.
Yeah, I think the thing here for J4 is that Set doesn't really, unless Set uses his ultimate, he can't get out of J4's ultimate, so there is that interaction. As we have CB the Barbarian just charging forward with his shield onto Kokomo Breezy here.
Yeah, we're looking for a gank over onto M-Love. He gets quite a bit of damage off. The stun doesn't even come out from M-Love since he's been CC so long. Alpha is coming in, misses both the Q and the W, unfortunately, so no orbs for him. But it is going to be forcing in a flash, though. It's going to be forcing
he scares him away. There is that. And yeah, you know, I guess J4 does.
With the Wood Becomes Lightning into the this is charge. M-Love also on the run again. He still can't get his what is that called? Triumphant Roar? No, that's his passive now. Oh, the ignite.
That's the difference maker there, is the ignite. I agree. Alright, Eyesight here, gonna be grabbing that crab as we have the mages in the mid lane just clearing waves as per usual here. And that's gonna start this game off with a 2-0 for Rivals. And well, not what you would expect. I guess with the Xin you would expect that, but J4 Ignite securing first blood, I believe, right? Was it J4 securing first blood?
I believe so, and then it switched down bot lane, but now CB Barbarian taking quite a bit of tower shots. Teleport even coming out from Weenie. He really wants to get this early kill on dodge Q. Forcing out the flash. Second flash coming out for now. Weenie to chase him down. Third flash from the Alpha in order to get some orbs and a kill for himself. He's going to get some nice red orbs in order to stack up that form.
Yeah, definitely wants to get the form as soon as possible. Best way to do that is gank. Sometimes if you know what you're doing, you just show up and hit a bruiser and then just go back to your jungle, because that's sometimes just how important it is.
Yeah, Eyesight's getting a little punished here. He tried to go in pretty deep so he can get some counter jungling, but now he's just going to get pulverized by L9 Weenie Alpha, just rotating back up to the top side of the map, realizing that, at the very least, Alpha wanted to go grab his red buff, or maybe some camps, and then
I wonder where he thought the Alpha was, because I don't see any other way for the Alpha to be anywhere else on the map. Like, bot side's cleared out, and he has 2 camps on top side. I don't see where else you would go as the Alpha, so I think Eyesight making a big misread there on where the Alpha is going to be.
Yeah, I believe maybe he just thought that Alpha recalled after the bot lane so that he would be coming in from a further distance. Q taking quite a bit of damage. He even gets ignited. I believe this is going to be the end. Oh, the shield. Can it save him? No, it doesn't. Not enough. Unfortunately, the ignite will finish him off. Wow, Gift just throws one last auto attack to finish that one. While M-Love knocking away CB Barbarian, unfortunately, not the target you want to knock away in order to secure a kill for your ADC. Kokomo Breezy, can you make it happen? You don't have enough mana. You don't even have enough for a double up. Can we make it happen? No, not even. Unfortunately.
If I was Eyesight there, I would fight Kokomo Breezy 100%. She's out of mana. You have a Braum who can come in last minute to save you if necessary. You have all the mana in the world. I think you win that.
Yeah, I believe so. It's possible that maybe his Audacious Charge was still a couple seconds away from coming back up, so you're like, alright, let's just cut our losses, not try to greed it out too much. Seeing that
I mean, that was a win, actually.
Yeah, it's still a loss.
Win. Yeah. So. Yeah. You could just won more. More winning. Yes. Now, Talix guy did die to this Lissandra, and that interaction there is probably going to be why Veigar has a tough time in this matchup as well. But later on, Talix guy is going to have plenty of range as well to deal with this Lissandra. So I think it's going to start swaying into the favor of Talix guy in the mid game. But for now, Lissandra is in complete control.
Yeah, I agree. Lissandra has a really good early game in order to deal with Talix guy, and Alpha even coming in tried to do quite a bit of damage over to him. It gets low, but unfortunately not going to be going down. Weenie also managed to get a return kill over onto Truist. No, Trustius.
It's Trustius.
I thought there was an E instead of S. Caught me up too. Caught me lacking. But here we go. We're level 6. Dodge Q has her tornado available. He throws it out. Unfortunately, Kokomo Breezy does dodge it out. CB Barbarian is just too low too. He can't get the W off in order to try to save himself. Windwall comes out, but unfortunately we're not on the right side of it. M-Love is still looking for an engage. He gets pulverized off on a dodge Q. Alpha's here as well. Or maybe see if we can grab an orb or two. No Rift Herald available just yet. No one's taken it, so we're not looking for exactly a tower dive. But in any case, it's still going to be yet another win for the Smink boys side. They're actually winning out this early game pretty well. 2k gold lead in their favor.
Yeah, so far doing great in this game. I thought they were gonna not opt for the dive for the dragon instead, but it looks like they're just gonna take the farm on Kane. I guess Alpha feels like he's behind eyesight right now, decides that I'd rather have the farm. But it is a win Drake again, like worst one. Ooh, L9 Weenie, bit of danger here.
Yeah, we are going to be looking at that. Good dodge away from the true damage part from the Haymaker. Now it's just going to be eyesight fighting it off. Truest Karma able to pick up that kill thanks to the drag. But we'll have to see. Gets a nice two-man pulverize over onto them. He's stacking up those stacks of the E into Alpha coming in. Does the Ignite even get him? No, the Ignite is just too short.
I'm just waiting for this MF ultimate. I'm like, where? I'm like, it's, oh, she's out of, Kokomo Breezy out of mana again. Oh, that's unfortunate. I was like, okay, MF ultimate coming. MF ult, oh, doesn't show up. Oh, that is a absolute massive wave. Oh man, that's got at least 3, maybe even 4 right there. That is big sad for L9 Weenie as the rest of his team picks up the dragon though. So yeah, L9 Weenie getting the worst of it right now.
Yeah, ooh, we do see the last breath come out onto Gift, but unfortunately he has the ulti available in order to save himself. TP comes out over on Todd's guy, but stopped by M-Love, able to use that E to get the stun off. Now Todd's guy is in a precarious situation with no mana to even cast his primordial burst to finish off the kill. So unfortunately, he's just going to be TPing and going to the gray screen immediately.
Yeah, and even though Rivals 2k down, this might bring them up real close, and that is going to be pretty close there. As they take a few wins on the side, a bit of an overextension for Dodge the Q there. Really going ham on this Yasuo as per normal Yasuo, tales go here. But I guess at least you could say Dodge the Q is not afraid.
Yeah, he's getting up to his 10 death power spike, which for those who don't know, 10 death power spike Yasuo is the meme where generally whenever Yasuo hits 2 items, which is 10 deaths, or when he hits 10 deaths, he'll generally have 2 items. Just by like, if you get any amount of farm while you're going up to 10 deaths, you should have enough money to afford 2 items, and with those 2 items, that's when you hit a really good power spike for yourself, where you're suddenly back into the game, or like it's a pretty big power spike whenever you do hit that as Yasuo. So we'll have to see if Dodge Q can reach that sort of power spike. But for now, he's not farming bad. He's looking to grab probably 1, maybe 2 turret plates from this event before it falls. Only 1 for now, but maybe another 1 before it falls. TP coming in from Weenie. He wants something else to happen. Ooh, Exhaust going to be preemptively burned by CBR Baron so we can slow down his tracks. Trusty's Karma also burned his TP. Gift to burn his TP. Tall's guy, he burned it earlier, so he's just going to walk down from the dragon side, but no matter, he's still here. Managed to get 1 on the event horizon. Eyesight's going to dive in deep, uses the Crescent Guard in order to protect himself and go for an engage, while Trustius Karma able to go in and get 1 kill. Gets returned killed by Kokomo Breezy, but still 2 kills out for Eyesight's, while Alpha, he realizes, hey, there's a fight over on the bot side. He's able to run on down here and make it for his team, but now he realizes it's a little too late. It's a 1v3 scenario. He's Red Kane, which definitely has some potential in order to do this 1v3. But we'll have to see, can he pull it off? He's going to use the tower a little bit in order to try to get some of that extra damage in from external sources. Able to get a heal off thanks to his ulti and the Emerald Chest Pass, but the Primordial Burst is going to be finishing him off. Eyesight's living out on a pretty, like, a couple 300-400 HP, so still living kind of healthy.
Classic solo queue moment where if you are the one person who's not with the team, your team goes in for a team fight, and then you show up late when everyone's already dead, and then you die as well. So classic move there is Dodge the Q going in for the kill on M-Love here. Ignite gets burned by M-Love, but it isn't going to phase Dodge the Q. Doesn't get the kill, though, as he pushes in this last minion wave. Looks like he's going for a bit of a bait, but yep, that is definitely a mistake from M-Love. Didn't have any way to survive what was coming up right after. And looks like they're going to be giving up a turret plate here. The Alpha and Kokomo Breezy going to be coming to try to save this turret. And honestly, though, if Dodge the Q and CB the Barbarian back here, I think that that's going to give Kokomo Breezy more plates. If
Yeah,
they're yeah,
Alpha's looking for an engage. Coco has a lot of mana, so that means we'll maybe see a
ooh,
bullet time coming in soon, since it's all soon to be off cooldown. Gift, however, looking for the mid lane. Ooh, we're sped flash from Taunt's guy, which is a very good flash to do. We do know that he has his full combo available while Taunt's guy is running low on mana, since he's been using that all to really push in these waves to try to punish Gift a little bit for some of these roams.
yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think has the blue buff. Yep, has the red buff instead. Not going to help here, but could be setting up a bait. Ooh, I say
Potentially.
walking around the edge of the I don't know what to call that, but the cliff there wasn't able to get her. Kept walking back and forth, didn't get around in time.
Hmm.
And here we go, 2v1 situation. Are they gonna go for it? Looks like they're not.
Yeah, but we do have eyesight over in the bot lane, the river as well, so he could look for a fight in that avenue as well. Looks like top lane tower has also been taken down. I'm assuming Trustiest Karma was able to take that for himself, so really nicely done. Since he opted in for that Ignite TP combo, you really do want to try to win out lane in the early game, since that's really what you're playing for, winning out early, or winning out laning phase. Um, Not opting in using flash, instead having really good laning phase sort of summoners.
I don't think the lead is as big as it could be though. As you can see here, the CS is pretty much even. The kills and the assists are even. So I'm interested to see how much of a difference is it anyway. Ooh, we have a
Yeah,
huge trade command from Jarvan though.
yeah, but we're also seeing
Fight
the
on both
engage in the
sides.
bot side. Alpha unable to get a lot of the healing from that Umbral Trespass, so Gibbs uses his
But
own.
he dodges the ultimate from Veigar there.
Yeah, he does dodge that, but unfortunately it looks like there's already 2 kills going down over to the side of Rivals, able to pick up a 3rd kill there from Tall guy, and not losing a single member there. CB Barbarian still living on a sliver of HP. Very unfortunate. We didn't even see the bullet time come out there, which could have been really big. It's Alpha not getting a lot of a heal off from the Core Trigger nor the Umbro Trespass, and then same with Gift, not really getting too much of a heal whenever he used his Frozen Tomb, I want to say.
Yeah. I know they added that it heals now, and I forget what the percentage is. Maybe it's like 20 or something. Didn't really help too much
Let's
there.
see.
That situation.
Restores 30% AP. So minimum 100 with 30% of
Oh,
your
okay.
AP.
Okay, so 30% of AP, not 20. And Lissandra doesn't really build that much AP because of the way, she's more utility compared to other mages in the mid lane there. So not the biggest heal in the world, but if she does get ahead, it does end up being a pretty significant factor. But honestly, the way you want to play Lissandra is you want to come in from an off angle unseen, so they don't see your E, and then you just, if you need to, you get a flash and you snare up a bunch of opponents, and then you tomb yourself, do a bunch of damage, root everyone, your team follows up. So far, haven't really been seeing that. A lot more skirmishing going on instead.
Definitely a lot of skirmishing going on. And if we're looking at the gold lead, it looks like it's swung right back in favor of Rivals here now. 4k gold into their favor. A lot of it over on Eyesight, thanks to just how well he's been going around the map. And then not to mention the farming wise coming from Dodge Q, where he already hit 1 item. He's halfway to his 2-item power spike that Yasuo typically gets, where he has 100% crit. He has enough attack speed in order to supply his Qs with full CDR. He might not go for 100, albeit he might not go for 100% crit. There is a wit's end as a possibility if he chooses to grab it, but for now, Kokomo Breezy
Oh
stepping
my.
up a little too far, not really believing how much damage that Viger can really do at this point in the game, while Eyesight also not realizing this is still not his jungle, and it looks like he might be caught out for a second time here. Uses the Gorgeonger, gets quite a bit of a heal, but Alpha now looking for a return kill, and that Fat's on top. Speaking of return kills, Justice Karma gets right into it, unable to really do too much there, so he's just going to be stuck into the pit while we're having everyone else just really duke it out in the mid lane. We need living on a sliver of
Ooh,
health,
set.
and thanks to his passive where he gets additional health regen whenever he's lower, he's able to live even though the minions were attacking him. Alpha managed to get a 2-man on his knockup. This is exactly what you want to see whenever you're playing the Kane red form. You really had to land
Hit
those
the knockup.
W's, but unfortunately Todd's guy just had enough mana thanks to that blue buff, really getting a good use out of that blue buff to spam all those abilities, having enough mana, because we in all previous engages he had like no mana. This time he has the blue buff, he has
Yeah.
plenty of mana.
I mean, and he picks up a bunch of kills there, does a lot of damage. Unfortunate for Kokomo Breezy, just gale forcing right into her doom there. Oh, Tolix guy catching with the Everfrost, but CB Barbarian playing the villain here steals that kill away from Tolix guy. I guess he's got enough. 550 bounty on his head as well. And as I was saying, this Tall Guy has a rough time in the early phase of this game, but mid game he's got plenty of damage and plenty of range to deal with everyone on the side of Spank Boys. As we have a Rift Herald charge and take this turret down.
Yeah, let's we do see the retail going down, but let's go ahead and check out the stack counts. I'm pretty sure it's this button right here. Yeah, it's almost 200, a full almost 200 AP from just his passive there. So he's sitting at,
Can we
nearly
see
4.
the Can we see the ultimate damage? Does it tell us how much damage he does right now with his
Yeah,
ultimate?
if we just hover over it, if they're
Oh my god.
below a third of their HP, it's going to do a 1,000 damage. Albeit there's still going to be the magic resist in order to reduce some of that damage, so it's not as big as it is. But the Magi is also
That's
being picked
huge.
up by Todd's guy, so it's going to be huge how much damage that is going to do if Todd's guy can play out this mid game very well, play it very safe, or not very safe, but play it safe enough where he knows how to avoid a lot of the risk that comes with buying Magi's.
I think his biggest threats are going to be the set and the ultimate from Kokomo Breezy here. I forget what it's called, but that's
Bullet
going to be
time.
his. Yeah, bullet time's going to be his worst nightmare. But so far, he's just able to blow up Kokomo Breezy. Anyone that comes close, he just absolutely destroys them. Doing really well this game as well. So, Big Talk Sky might be in a pretty good position here to just be a monster carry on the back of this game. Gets caught though.
Ooh, and the ulti still finishes him off. Can the bullet time do it? No, he uses the hourglass in order to stop it. This broken stopwatch. Now eyesight. He was there to try to see if he can pull people off. He does pull them off, and he's able to get out alive as well. We even have Dragon Trio. We're already on site. We're already putting down our wards so we can find out who's here, who's not. And starting up the Drake. Todd's got even backing, TPing, so really secure this Drake.
Yeah, Talix Sky there, basically pulling off an excellent maneuver to get a kill. Survives. Ooh, we have a skirmish going on.
Gets in. Oh, the double cage Cataclysm alongside Event Horizon is going to be keeping them in there, while Todd's guy is just out here running a train on how much damage he can really do. Triple kill for himself, dropped on another Event Horizon looking for M-Love nets. He gets those extra resistances, but will it be enough? It's a quadra kill. Now we're diving right in. Trustiest Comrade gets it. Oh, can we get it? The W, is it right timed? It's a pentakill!
He's gonna die for it.
Ah,
Who does the gold go to? It goes to Lissandra, not the best target, but you know what? He got a pentakill. I think everyone's gonna say that's worth it.
Yeah, he loses the Magi stats. He gives us a kill over to Lissandra, but you know what? Pentakill.
Pentakill or giving Lissandra 1,000 gold? Which one's more worth it? Pentakill it is.
And
But yeah, Talks guy doing lots of damage. Oh, he does lose the Magi stacks. Let's not forget about that. That's actually big.
Yeah, it is going to be losing out. So what is how much? I believe it's 4 AP per stack. 5 AP. So I was wrong. So currently doing 75. Was previously an additional 10 times 50 is an additional 50 AP. Sorry, I have to do the math real quick. It is a little bit of a long day.
I like how CB the Barbarian sees the 80 carry and instead of saying run away, just says, I'm going in.
Yeah, speaking of going in, it looks like Dodge Q trying to do a little bit of 1v1, but it gets rudely interrupted. Still manages to finish out the kill, but unfortunately, you have to be careful. Good shield up by CB Barbarian in order to stop a lot of that bullet time, and even gives a double kill over for your Yasuo as well. Gives in the middle of it, uses the stopwatch and his ulti to stay alive as long as he can, but Todd's guy is here. He's doing tons of damage in order to finish up a lot of these kills. Not to mention Eyesight's also here on the Xin Zhao. How does Xin Zhao get through a lot of these queues? I mean, honest, there's like 4 really strong junglers right now, isn't it?
There are, is there 4? I can only
It's
really
like
think of 3.
Xin Zhao, Kane. Viego's not a strong jungler anymore, right?
No, he's
Yeah.
not. He's not that strong.
Yeah, and
He's
then they
okay.
just recently nerfed J4 jungle.
How did they nerf it?
I think his passive does less damage. early.
I didn't see them in the patch notes. What did they do
I,
there?
or is that next patch? That might be next
That's might
patch
be
for
the next
20.
patch. Okay, yeah, he's not nerfed just yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so Jarvan Zin are pretty much the best because of their level 3 camp ganking that they
Mhm.
do. And then after that, I mean, Kane's pretty decent, but I don't think we're gonna see him in a pro game actually.
That yeah, I feel like he's really good in terms of like solo queue comps where you just want a good like a jungler, not really providing a lot for your team, but just causing a lot of disruption in the enemy team because how well you can dive in. I know
Mhm.
previously like you do a lot of shadow, you do the blueser build where you go blue but you build bruiser. Um,
Oh, I've never done that. I just went full assassin
yeah,
with that one.
that's more of solo queue to be fair. That what
That's
you
true.
do because it's good upfront damage. You have the survivability as well, and then you just move in and out of fights a lot. It's
Ooh,
typical of
Kokomo
others.
Breezy trying to
Oh,
get away here.
yeah, he's using even using the Gale Force to get out of there, but unfortunately he's not going to be sidestepping his way out. Just a little too sticky there from CV Barbarian and Eyesight.
Yeah, and they're pile driving this mid lane turret here. Spake Boy's on the backside, but they're getting cut off from their own turret. Let's see if Talix can pick up some kills. Absolutely can. Gets the kill on the Alpha there. Ultimate's going wide.
Yeah, we're going right into the skiff. Oh, that was a pretty good E in order to not get stunned up. I don't think it's going to matter too much, especially with the last Whisper not getting two people locked into yet another CC for something else. Dodge Q, lands Q, but he doesn't have a Q or doesn't have an ulti to go off that
How
Q.
many times can Rex say Q in one sentence? At least 3.
That's three. But congratulations for the pentakill there, Tallest. I see why this game has been requested. And SP Pillars, yes, unfortunately, you did miss out on the game here, but hopefully you did make it in time for the pentakill that Todd's guy. So congratulations to rivals. You guys are going to be moving on up to 4-2, I believe. I what I think I have your score at, or is the score? We just haven't updated the website just yet. Uh, yeah, I believe it is. And then Spank Boys, unfortunately, you had a really good early game. Honestly, I feel like you guys have pretty good early games, but could I mean, ironing out the mid to late game seems like what we need to work on. Unfortunately.
Yeah, they just got pulled into way too many skirmishes there. And if you're going to skirmish, I think your 2 bot lane champions are not ideal for that, as well as Lissandra as well. So I think maybe just playing around your picks a little bit differently there. But it was a back and forth game though, Rex. It switched sides. The tides were all over the place.
Yeah, definitely. But the Vigor plus the Yasuo just kind of popped too hard off and went out the game there. But for now, we're just going to be taking a quick break before we go ahead into our last game, which is going to be Goon Gang versus Reign of Kings Armageddon. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello, hello. We're back once again for the third time for tonight with our last game of the Gold Series of Week 6. I'm Retro Dragon once again alongside the Crims, and we're going to be casting this game between the Goon Gang versus Reign of Kings Armageddon. You know what? Switch it up. How about I start with the blue side with Luke
I
in the
was
top
thinking
lane?
the same thing. I was
Yeah.
thinking the same thing.
Yeah, let's start. We start with Luke in the top lane playing the Gragas, Anime Non-Stop playing the jungle, playing Kane in there. Gliss in the mid lane still as the Cassiopeia, and then bot lane seems like we got a little bit of something different because I believe Anime Non-Stop was bot lane. I feel like I don't see him in the jungle, but yeah, also things happen. We'll see Dr. McCoy and Broken System in the bot lane playing the Vayne Lulu comp. Similar to Vayne Kog'Maw, or not Vayne Kog'Maw, Lulu Kog'Maw. Vayne Kog'Maw seems like a weird combo.
All right, so on the top side, we have L9 Turbo playing the Kennen. We have Treyarch on the J4 Chachioke C playing Pantheon in the mid lane. Max in the AD carry position on Ezreal. Hidden Shroud's playing the coveted Amumu support. And that is going to be Reign of King's side there. Armageddon. Why would you, okay, weird thing that's bugging me. So usually, right, when you are a king, you want everyone to think of you as someone noble, right? You
Mhm.
did good things. But they have Reign of Kings Armageddon. Like, do you want to associate like an Armageddon with your reign? I don't know.
Well, okay, but to be fair, the plat team for Reign of Kings is Apocalypse. So it seems like they're just ruling a really bad kingdom. Maybe it's not their fault. Maybe honestly, maybe it's not their fault. Maybe it's like a situation of like Walking Dead, and they're the kings, like they're the last homestead front against the army of the dead, and so they're living in Armageddon or in Apocalypse. You know.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess maybe it's not by choice.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know. Would you want to associate yourself with that kind of reign? It's like, reign of terror. It's like everyone's going to remember you for being like a terrible person. Maybe it's
Well,
not their fault. Maybe it's not their fault.
yeah, I mean, to be fair, we did have some other royalty sort of names coming in. Hydra Shrouds lands the Q over early. This is before the Mumu nerfs, so he's going to get very forgiving Qs with those 30 mana bandage tosses. They're going to be nerfed to 70 mana soon, so I can't
That
wait for
seems
that.
about appropriate. That seems
Mhm.
that seems about right. Traditionally you see it with the Ziggs because of the AP reduction. Ooh, we have enemy nonstop.
Yeah, he gets in, does a pretty good dash in, and gets the W off to get the slow. Dr. McCoy able to get the final kill on that one, so he's able to get an early lead for himself, while Turbo trying to get some damage off onto Luke, trying to push him off the wave. Like we saw this game one where it was the melee versus range matchup. So similar thing.
Gragas is also part mage as well, so should theoretically do better, but is already out of mana, and that's going to spell trouble for this Gragas here.
Yeah,
I mean, he has no way to really clear this wave.
I
Man,
wouldn't
I'm
be
surprised. Luke is out of mana already. It's really bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised his first back would be grabbing himself a corrupting pot just so he gets a little bit more mana in lane, a little bit more
Oh, and
sustain.
now that he's queued the minions and they're half HP, he might lose half of them here. Yeah, it looks like he was able to pick up one there, lost another one there, lost another. Yeah, that Q kind of ruined things a little bit for him.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
unfortunate. Is it Luke or Luke? Ah, dang it. I might
let's,
have messed up already.
you know what? How about we just stick with Luke and we'll just live in shame if we're wrong.
Or he could spell Luke properly, and I'll say Luke.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things. I have Red Skull Dragon, but all in one word, so you can say Regwarian. But here looking for Treyarch.
Treyarch.
He wants to do a dive, which honestly, like you're talking
He's on the
about,
wrong side for a dive, though.
yeah, I mean, we'll have to maybe if I believe the flagging drag is long enough in order to go over the wall. So if Luke, for some ungodly reason, decides to hug the wall, could go for a flagging drag in that case. But looks like we're just gonna reveal ourselves, shove in the wave, get a free back in.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be the plan. I think that L9 Turbo could have done that all by himself, though. Don't think he needed Treyarch there. And honestly, if they went for the dive, Anime Nonstop would have been there. But I do think that if you have a massive wave like that, getting that dive off early is huge, because denying all that EXP early is going to set your top laner way ahead for a couple levels there. Looks like they don't go for it, and looks like Turbo was able to push in another wave. Doesn't look it's all the way here. Ooh, that's a freeze. That is
Mm.
a possible freeze situation, and all you have to do is set anime nonstop to come up there after this clear, and that might be a free gank. We'll see if that happens.
Yeah, as someone that plays a lot of mid lane, I have to say I think top lane is one of the hardest roles for to learn, honestly, because it's a lot of wave management, and if you don't do it correctly, you could just get starved out really well. If Luke can set up a freeze right here, he can deny a lot of minions from Turbo for having to step up a lot, while Anime nonstop could really just gank top a bunch and really punish this Kennen for leaving the wave in its state, or I mean, for mid lane, I can just AFK and just clear wave as Xerath just hit 2 buttons, clear wave, look
I
for a
mean,
roam.
yeah, you could clear the way from middle of the actual lane if you
Hmm.
wanted to, right? So,
Hmm.
yeah, top lane's the most punishing. It's not the hardest, but if you mess up,
Yeah.
you'll feel it a lot more on top lane than any other
Hmm.
lane.
Yes, of course. That's kind of what I mean. I just I refuse to learn wave management as someone who plays mid lane, because like someone if setting up a freeze mid lane isn't as impactful, I would say, as opposed to a top lane in terms of how punishing it can be at the very
It's because it's a lot harder to break the freeze top side than it is bottom. So now he's
least.
got a stack. It looks like it got unlocked there. Couldn't hold it forever, and anime nonstop looks like he wasn't gonna go up there anyway. So goes for the crash, the huge crash instead. Yeah, and that's another thing. If you don't go for the freeze, you could go for the crash instead.
Hmm.
And when you have a big wave like that, you could gank on the big wave, or you could use it for a free back here. I think Luke is gonna use it for a back. We will see.
We'll have to see. He gets a little bit of a trade-off, so then some of these minions just straight up die for Turbo to not grab. A couple
Oh,
of he,
doesn't use it for the back is okay. Well,
yeah.
it's gonna have to disagree with decisions being made topside.
Especially with how much mana he already used in order to like just clear out the wave in general. See, he's already still burning through a lot of his mana. He opted in grab by a ruby crystal, so now he's pretty low on the fact. I don't think he has enough for a full combo if he wants to use his explosive cask.
And now Turbo can do the same thing to him. And it'll be even worse because he's not in the lane. Looks like Turbo is. His team was able to pick up the dragon as well, so there's nothing for Luke to really do while the freeze is happening. He basically just put himself in a really bad situation now. Because if you freeze and there's an objective up, at least they trade the freeze for the objective.
But
Ooh, Treyarch's
ooh,
going in.
yeah, we do see him go in. The Petrifying Gaze does stop Chachi from really doing too much here, but here comes the Slicing Maelstrom, and to see, can he pick up one kill? He does on over into Glisk. I don't know why I say does, but Anime Non-Sub is going to be picking up a return kill, while Luke is also here. He doesn't have his explosive cap, but he does
Ooh.
have the flash body slam into him. Treyarch now also under tower. He's looking to see maybe he can grab another. No, Treyarch is already backing up here. Unfortunately, Broken System also only level 5, so he doesn't have the wild growth in order to try to save Luke in this case.
Yeah, two melee champions running face first into Cassiopeia does not spell good news for them, as Glisk basically hits a fairly good ultimate there, stopping them in their tracks, prevents a lot of damage, gets a lot of damage out as well. So, yeah, I think you're going to have to approach this Cassiopeia from two sides. I think coming at her straight from the face is going to be sad days ahead if you keep doing that.
Seeing
Ooh.
Gang coming in from the mid lane, Chachi drops in the ulti, but Dr. McCoy smelled it out a little bit early, so not going to be dying to a Pantheon just yet, the ADC's worst nightmare as of old. But for now, we do see Turbo is looking to try to maybe make something happen to prevent that Earth Herald, but unfortunately just gets zoned out by Luke, which is pretty good.
Yeah, Luke doing a good job zoning there. Ooh, a bit of a 1v1. This is in favor of Dr. McCoy. One
Yeah,
more.
he already burned the heal. Oh, he has no ward in the bush, and
Oh,
he autos the
man!
minion!
He hit the minion!
Yes.
Oh, McCoy! Oh no. Yeah, that is unfortunate for McCoy there. Doesn't have vision. Ezreal hops in the bush and then just stands right next to a minion, and McCoy misclicks. I think that would have been the death of Max right there.
So I already did this with like 2 other people, so I have to do it to you. So in your options in the menu, there is an option for toggle champions only. By default, it's the tilde key right next to your one, the squiggly line. And that makes it so you can only target champions. And then also, if you look in interface or game, one of the two, you can change that from a press to hold to an activate to just a toggle. So then, whenever you're doing a fight like that, you can just pop the little target champions only and never hit another minion again.
Or you forget and then you can't smite Baron like Ginkgos.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, another thing that you could have done there is use attack move into the bush, right? So if you do that, when you move into the bush, your champion will automatically attack the enemy champion if they're the closest one, of course. And since Ezreal was the only one in there, that would have also done the trick as well.
Yep. So very unfortunate, but we do have a ward in that bush. We're looking for a gank over on the Hide and Shroud. He gets the ulti off. Nice 3-man, but can Mats dish out enough damage in order to make this work? Oh, Wild Growth goes out, so you won't be able to really get anything out of it. So it's a double kill. Can we see
Triaris going
in? Triaris is here. Jungle trying to get something. He gets passives also. He gets 1 kill on the broken system. GRLCS is also here in order to get 2 and 3 kills in the bot lane in return. So it's just going to be ending up as a 2 for 3, but in favor of the ROK.
Yeah, RK there. Honestly, all they had to really do was spread out, and they just clumped up big and nice for Treyarch to land a nice ultimate there. All of them get trapped in the pit. Vayne can escape, can queue outside of the Cataclysm, but wasn't able to do so. Does get the nice knockback, if you saw that interaction there. So GA4 doesn't generally do well into Vayne for that reason, but nonetheless kept enough members in that Cataclysm for Chichioki to go and pick up the kills. And to be honest, they kind of needed that to get back in this game a little bit.
Absolutely. Picking up those kills, 3 kills on the Jarvan. This is still the patch where he's still pretty strong. So it's going to be pretty nice to see that. You do like to see a little bit. Generally, my mindset for kills on jungler is if they're bruisers, it's fine. If they're damage, it's great. If it's tanks, you don't love it, but you'll take it. If junglers grabbing kills, ideally you want it on the other laners. Not every time, but a lot of times. We do see
definitely not J4.
Definitely, but for J4, I don't hate it just because he deals a decent amount of damage in his ganks. You just hope that in future ganks he gives up kills to his laners in the future. Just not the early ones. I don't care too much.
No, his damage falls off like a rock though, unfortunately. Right after, like, as soon as mid game's over, his damage is really bad. I mean, if he catches an 80 carrying 1v1, he can still kill them. That is fair.
Yeah, he definitely can, but we'll have to see. Can those 3 kills make a difference here? Maybe get some other kills onto his other lane.
This is a 4v5 here for the side of ROC. So ROK here.
Because Turbo doesn't have it. Ooh, go in, grab a nice stun. Unfortunately, Dragon will not be stolen here, but Anime Nonstop is doing so much damage over on the side of ROK. Mats is on the run, but I don't think he will be able to run away from this Vayne with a Lulu on top of it. So that's another shutdown going to be given out for Dr. McCoy. And it's 4-2 for this Vayne now.
Yeah, Vayne getting well underway. Ezreal, one of the matchups that Vayne could actually lane against. Ezreal doesn't have the best pushing power and can dodge Qs with her own. So Vayne here is not a bad pick. Pairing it with the Lulu as well, not a bad idea. I mean, I think Amumu can play pretty well into the Vayne, but definitely going to be rough for him as he really needs his ultimate to shut down the Vayne's movement.
Definitely, and then I mean, if we really want to stop this Vayne, we do kind of have a decent team comp for that. We have Turbo. We start with Hide and Shroud or Chachi OKC dropping down the stuns, ulting on top of them, and then Turbo also popping the ulti. Regdor here in the chat saying Ez Umumu is a quite odd marriage. I do agree with that. They don't necessarily have any synergies with each other. The true damage part of the passive coming out from Amumu is going to be useful, but I don't know how well it's going to be, while Turbo is just going to get engaged on. Oh, Gliss is doing too much damage thanks to that. He doesn't even have Petrifying Gaze, but I don't know how much he's going to be surviving. Oh, he's trying to find a way out. He uses the Blast Cone, He's still on the wrong side of the map, and
Yeah.
he's just going to get speared, unfortunately, by Chachi OKC. Anime Nonstop now looking for maybe something in the bot lane here, while Luke is here in the top lane to respond to Chachi as well.
Oh, full tank. Gragas here, but uses phase rush. Interesting build going here from Luke, but he might be putting himself in bad position.
Ooh, great flash coming out from Trayaris in order to dodge that. Does still get the stun off of the shield bash, but Chachi OKC still going to pick up the kill, even with the explosive cast to knock him away.
That was actually a flash away from Luke there. I don't remember if it avoided the damage. I don't think it did.
I don't believe so either. We'll have to see what's happening in the bot lane. However, we did see TP come out from Turbo,
Ooh,
but they weren't even.
They didn't stop Vayne.
They couldn't stop Vayne, or they didn't stop Vayne, and they didn't stop Anime Nonstop. So it is going to be a little bit of a burn TP here, unfortunately, from Turbo. We'll have to see if we make something out of it at the very least. Another TP coming out. This one is from Luke. We're going to see, can we get the collapse in? Chachi OKC, it looks like he's going to be the first to fall down. But who took that? It was J4 was able to smite it while Turbo is flashing it. He E-flashes over onto the Herald. He was like, alright, this one worth it. Personally, I don't know how much.
I don't know. I don't know.
Because it's second Herald. Post 14-minute Herald is like not as worth as, you know.
And Kennan's not going to have it for the dragon fight. Supposedly dragon fight. So I'm going to go with not worth. And to be honest, it was really great of them to go for that anyway, especially when L9 Turbo TP'd bottom side. I mean, that's just double disappointment there. TP's bottom, doesn't get it, doesn't come up in time for the fight for Rift Herald as well, and then flashes to just pick up the Rift Herald.
Yeah, here comes Trayaris. He's looking to make something happen on a Luke.
Oh,
blocks it to stop him getting out. While Chachi goes ahead and lands the
Grand Star Trayaris. What? That's basically as perfect as you could do it from Trayaris. Like, I mean, that, you know, that's basically challenger level. This is just the fact of J4 doesn't have much mechanics, but Trayaris played it absolutely perfectly. I don't think there was any other way. He gets the kill there, does all the right stops, blocks the Gragas eat, which is amazing. Flagging drags the ultimate, another really good thing there. And yeah, Trayaris playing this J4 knows what he's doing at least.
Is performing pretty well. Is translating to a couple kills for his laners, which is pretty good. Turbo still having the Rift Herald available. It's getting halfway, so he can pretty much drop it if he wants to, but I think he wants to try to greed it a little bit more, use the the empowered recall a little bit, so then he can have a little bit easier. We are out of early game, so no longer are we restrained to our lanes. But in any case, I would be interested to see when does he want to drop that Rift Herald. Will we be able to get a tower out of it? Or can we get multiple charges
drop it
out
mid
of it?
lane.
Yeah, maybe we can drop it mid lane to force out
like
a little bit
now.
pressure. Yeah, right now would be a really good one, especially because we're looking for a fight right now. And once we start fighting, you're not going to be able to pop that Herald and not really get that pressure that you really want while to distract the... We saw him last game, you know, you want that pressure to really force him to a fight. We're just going to start a fight your own. Luke seems to be a little out of position, but thanks to Petrifying Gaze, we're going to be putting ourselves in a better one. We're still able to take down Luke, but we'll have to see Hidden Shroud's trying his best in order to peel for his team, but unfortunately a double kill coming out for Enemy Nonstop. The Wild Growth will be going over onto him, so he will still be alive, and the final little Kraken Slayer proc will be killing out Chachi OKC.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like in that fight, Broken System and Dr. McCoy there didn't have any threat on them throughout that entire fight. We're able to just sit back in the back line, do plenty of damage. And Kennen, Turbo, doesn't burn the Rift Herald either, so they don't even get to use that as like a trading pressure point for mid-turret. So, questionable decision-making there. But on the flip side, absolute massive team fight stomp.
Yeah, I would have really liked to see him drop it either top lane to guarantee that tower, and then get maybe one more charge off, because someone has to respond, or else we get one more charge. Before he rotates to that dragon, or even just drop it mid to pressure the other team in order to try to look for a fight more. And then play on your terms, while Anime Nonstop seems to mistaken himself in the wrong jungle, but he has teammates to really take some ground. We'll have to see. We do see the ulti coming out from Chachi. Okay, see, we managed to get the flag and
Ooh,
drag on top of
overextension.
Dr. McCoy. He's running as fast as he can, but he can't run it through a wall, unfortunately. GRLCS is here in order to try to do cover damage. He has Petrine Gates. He gets one person with it. However, really good positioning from Hiding Shroud. In order to really make it harder for him to decide where do I hit this Petrifying Gaze, and he only hits one with it too, so really good
Yeah.
job.
Anime Nonstop kind of baiting in his own teammates into their doom there. And this is going to give him mid turret, which is really huge. Turbo going to burn the Rift Herald to engage a fight onto Luke here. Looks like he gets what he wants, but Luke is kind of winning, and he's going to stop this Rift Herald as
Oh,
well.
can he stop?
Oh!
Oh!
It happened. So
17
close.
HP, so close in order to stop it. We do see that it engages coming on to Luke. He was trying to turn it around, but he's tank Gragas, and he's not going to have enough damage in order to stop it, unfortunately.
Yeah, and he actually uses the ultimate to help Treyarch get the engage on him. Bit of a trap being set up here. We'll see if that leads to anything. Anime Nonstop pushing up. This is
Yeah, here
exactly
it
what the trap
goes.
was for.
Yep, trap is engaged. We do burn the Curse of the Sad Mummy ult, so unfortunately that's not going to happen. Wild Growth also gets popped here, so
Ooh.
he's able to get out, but that cost him 2 ultis.
And that
Which...
is some luck, though. That is some luck from the side of Anime Nonstop. The ultimates go wide. Oh, they're going to push their luck. We'll see if this is the right decision.
Oh, flash into the shield bash onto Broken System. We see the Cataclysm onto Dr. McCoy. He's holding out on his Q, which is a pretty good move to keep himself hidden, but gets hit by Hiding Shroud. Unfortunately, Enemy Nonstop also gets hit. Does he look for an re-engage? No, he does not, unfortunately. Has the Gore Drinker up, he has his Q available, but without that ulti, you're not going to be able to dodge a lot of this damage coming out for them, so he is
Yeah.
going to be
Meanwhile,
moving back.
Glisk on the side wave is able to push in an entire wave. I think Turbo's going to catch most of it. And to be honest, I think Anime Nonstop baited his teammates again. This time, not as bad as the first one. Oh no, most of that wave does go down. Turbo, don't fight Glisk right now. This Cassiopeia will tear you up.
Yeah.
And that's just 2 deaths on Dr. McCoy when I don't think they were necessary at all either. So that's going to prevent the farm. Ezreal now 2 items, as well as Dr. McCoy on 2 items. So this is where Ezreal or Vayne could take over the game. I know Ezreal in the 1v1 against Vayne will lose, but Vayne basically has 0 poke capabilities. So we'll see if Max can affect a team fight before it happens. I don't know if that's what's going to happen. Both of these teams seem to be, full on engaged. They just want to fight. But if they let their Ezreal poke, I think that's going to net them some huge advantages. We'll see if they're going to let that happen, though.
Yeah, we'll have to see here. And I do want to say a good job to Gliss on already a side push that lane. You know, he saw all his lane, like everyone was top side, so he realized, like, I could just keep pushing bot, grab a tower for himself, even crashing out another wave. And someone had to go back to respond to him, so his team wasn't necessarily losing out entirely by just trying to decide, it's like, hey, let's go for a fight. So I like that he's going for some push.
Yeah, when you go for the side lane there, you're basically not putting all your eggs in one basket. And we have Enemy Nonstop going in here.
Yeah,
Ultimate burned early. That means it's not going to be available for Vayne later in a fight if it happens right about now. Ooh, barely misses.
But yeah, that Wild Growth being burned out early before a fight happens is going to be quite detrimental, honestly. I think right now we really want to play around Dr. McCoy or use that ult a little bit more, get a little bit more value out of it other than just adding a little extra health here. Luke is going in a little bit deep here, but using explosive cast in order to keep himself a little bit more healthy here. Dr. McCoy also gets hit by that True Shot Barrage, so unfortunately he's going to be a little bit under the weather himself with this dragon, or looking for a fight to happen. Good job on ROK to push out push out the mid wave at the very least, the one that we can most effectively affect. Treyarch looking for the engage, managed to get the Cosmic comes only on 1, but Luke jumps in for himself. Turbo, unfortunately, now with the wall, it actually has to walk around it, so he can't get a good ulti for himself, while Dr. McCoy is still relatively untouched. Anime Nonstop doing a pretty good job in order to keep the backline disrupted, because Chachi also wanted to try to help and peel for the ADC, do a good job. Mats with the Arcane Shift into the Mystic Shot in order to pick up that kill. We're going back in for yet another engage. Can we pick up one? We pick up one. Can we pick up the dragon? Because it's so low. Oh, we even steal the dragon from Chachi. Okay, see, now can you win out the fight?
Nope.
No, DPS.
No, I don't think so.
DPS wins a little bit here, but it's fine. Kinda. I mean, we
I
burned
think
a lot of people and we got the dragon out of it.
yeah. So does the Pantheon stop the missiles from hitting the dragon there?
No,
I
no,
think the
it
no.
only stops him getting hurt. It's not Braum shield. It's
Okay.
just like I don't feel anything on that side if I'm looking at
So
it.
so Dr. McCoy or Luke both could have killed that dragon there.
Hmm.
I think they were a bit bamboozled by Chachioki just jumping in there, absolute man mode diving in. And as you can see there, I mean, it was post fight, but Max can certainly hit some pretty good poke damage if necessary. And I wonder if they let that happen, that they would have won that team fight a little more handedly instead of basically a draw at the end where they lose Dragon.
Yeah,
That
I
was
mean,
Dragon Point, by the way, too.
yeah. Now we are on Dragon
Sorry,
Point.
we're on Dragon Point.
Soul, yeah, we're on Soul Point right now, which is really good because now we're forcing them to have to fight for the next dragon, or else we just get so much extra damage. Hidden Shroud looking for yet another kill onto Luke, forcing out the flash from him as well. Ooh, again, just a really good way to stop the Gragas. Using the explosive cast, unfortunately, Hidden Shroud managed to land the Q. Not this time, though, but the Dragon Drag, can we get it this time? Popping the ulti,
Oh,
but he gets
no.
slowed by the explosive cast. Will he
Oh, is he
die?
dead?
Using
No.
the stopwatch, but can we?
Flank around from
No.
behind.
Yeah, we're looking
Goon
for a
Gang coming in
flank.
from
We do
behind.
see blue, or the not blue. He's actually Rost, but in any case, we're looking for an engaged Doctor. Able to pick up one. Can he pick up two? He grabs two. Now he flashes in. He has the final hour in order to get a bunch of movement speed. Picks up three. Now the OKA, Chachi OKC is also here. He's looking for a retreat because we don't want to really fight for this. Unfortunately, with this bad positioning, you're going to have to back up here. Looking for actually an engage. Can we pick up something on Gliss? Ooh, a great miasma and to stop a bunch of the damage. Just can't shield bash if you're grounded. But Chachi is a little too tanky in order to burn down that quickly. So Gliss, unfortunately, will be going down. But, 4-man Baron for the side of the Goon Gang.
Yeah, Goon Gang there. I think they were pushing up mid, so they had the option to go and push down mid turrets. I think that's what they should have went for, because then they would have gotten inhib and then they could have backed and got the turret. But funny how Glisk just playing this mid lane like he has teleport on the bot side with Ignite and just pushing down these turrets on Cassiopeia. Interesting, interesting. You know, they probably could have gotten a 4v5 Baron fight maybe on the side of Arena Kings here. But it looks like they went in for that dive onto Luke, and man, they were really trying to kill this Gragas, and they just didn't have enough.
Yeah, I
I think
respect.
Luke finally gets away. After all these times of dying to Trearis and Turbo, he finally gets away.
Yeah,
It only took the third time. Third time's the charm.
yeah, third time, 2 items, but now we're just gonna get flashed on. Ooh, yeah, McCoy's not getting out of that one. Able to get just shut down. You gotta be careful with Pantheon. That engage is very scary. Wild Growth even pops, but unfortunately not going to be enough with just a layered CC between the Pantheon Bandage Tosh, or Pantheon Sealed Bash, the Bandage Tosh, and the Curse of the Sad Mummy.
Yeah, the Curse of Ceremony is really good against high mobile champions because you don't even have to aim. They just have to be in your vicinity. You hit the ultimate, boom, they're locked up. And then everyone can start the CC train. Same thing with point and click. They can't dodge the point and click.
Yeah,
Oh, we
damage
have a
non-stop.
2v1.
It's 2v1, and he is the Rost form, so he is going to be doing quite a bit of damage. He needs to land W's, which he does in order to really get a lot of these outs. W is a really important ability to land. He hits it again, a nice 2-man for himself. Can he go for, alright, a delayed 4v1 or 1v4 situation, 1v5 situation, but he doesn't have the ulti. He already popped it early on, so unfortunately he's going to be going down. Yeah.
That was ambitious, but I gotta give him credit. It almost happened.
Yeah, I feel like Kane is one of the champions I feel like can not easily, but has the capabilities of 1v5ing. Thanks
Just with
to
all the healing.
yeah, the healing, landing your W, so then he makes sure that they get knocked up, because the knockup part is really important to interrupt some of their damage, so that you can catch up again with healing. Core Drinker, and then your Umbo Trespass to negate a bunch of damage. Wait for your cooldowns and do it again. And
Yeah, I think if he didn't have to Umble Trespass the Mumu there, probably could have pulled out the 3v1, right?
yeah.
Right? So
A 3v1 at the very least. 3v5 or 1v5?
it was
I
close.
don't think.
It was
very
coming
close.
up to 3v. It was. I would call it 1v5, even though it happened in series.
Yeah.
not in parallel.
1v2, he
Using some
did
engineering
great.
terms there.
Yeah. We'll have to see what's happening. Shroud already taking a lot of damage here. He needs to be careful. That's a Lyandry's.
Luke out of mana again.
Yeah, he is out of mana. Unfortunately, it's a repeat offense. While Dr. McCoy is just going to get jumped on. Bliss also getting jumped on by Mats. We see that Howden Shroud just want to pop the ulti because he wants to hit it off cooldown. Doesn't hit anyone with it, unfortunately, but it's okay. The rest of the team hits it for him. Anime non-stop. This is the chance. You need a wit. Can you get it? It's low. You stole it. You did it. You have the Umble Trespass. Can you hit it?
Gosh.
No. The CC train just gonna kill you. But you did delay the Dragon Soul, so that's great.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you didn't go for that 1v5 on the bot side, inhib there probably would have been able to make it to that dragon in time. But does make the hero play to get that dragon to save his team from a dragon soul. But I mean, they lost the team fight already, so they're gonna lose this middle turret. They're gonna lose this inhib most likely. Oh, they're gonna give it up. They could have all just piled onto it and got out in time, I think. But looks like they're gonna play the safe route.
Yeah, with the explosive cast down by Luke, it's like you could probably like maybe get halfway. Honestly, I don't think because of the extra movement speed that Broken System can give Dr. McCoy on top of Dr. McCoy not popping Final Hour, but at least having the home guards, he could probably make it there really fast, and Luke just keep maybe 2 people in. So we're just gonna make the safe play and get out. I don't think they could get the inhibitor, but also I haven't been in like a situation where I had to run away from a 13 and 6 main.
They have pretty speedy champions minus the Amumu, and if Amumu dies, I say whatever. But Ezreal's got a lot of escape potential, same Jarvan and Kennen. And Pantheon could entirely block the cask if you really wanted to. So I think they would have been okay. Again, though, it is a bit of a risk. I'm not saying that plays 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, I think that's a bit of a throw from Goon Squad there. If they had some patience. Oh, Treyarch's here. Gonna engage on Glisk.
Yeah, we do see it. And Chachi OKC also using the Grand Starfall in order to get in there, land a spear. Now Turbo, but have to be careful. Wow, oh yeah, he even has the Shirelias in order to get even more movement speed to have the Vayne just catch up to them. So, but down now, so we don't have to worry about a Vayne coming at you at Mach 9.
Yeah, definitely wouldn't have that capability. I mean, invisible Vayne at Mach 9 would be absolutely terrible.
Absolutely, very terrifying. But we are looking for an objective. Baron's coming up here in about 14 seconds, so we're poking down early. We want to make sure they know it's like we are here, and you're not coming in. But Dr. McCoy, he's looking really bold. He's looking for it. Anime Nonstop does try to do a little bit of appeal, but McCoy able to get out. But Anime Nonstop, unfortunately, he's stuck in the middle of it. He gets Wild Growth on behind the Shroud. He's just going to use the Curse on him side Mubby to stay on top of this McCoy. McCoy hasn't paid his taxes. He's just going to get CC trained. And here comes the Flag Drag and killed by Mats thanks to his Mystic Shot Divine Sunderer.
Yeah, that was ambitious. Didn't have much backup. I think Anime Nonstop was backing off as Dr. McCoy went in there. Looks like Glisk here.
Bliss is trying to do something. Unfortunately, Chachi OKC just too strong right now. We're not exactly in late game yet, so this Pantheon is not falling off right now.
I think it is late game, but he is 16 and 5. I think that changes things.
Yeah, yeah, that does change quite a bit of things. But it looks like this is going to be the end. It is such a close game with Reign Kings winning out this game against the Goon Gang.
Yeah, it looks like they spell Armageddon for their enemies here, and they're going to take the victory in this game. That was definitely a game for Goon Squad to win, and I think they threw that game away just a little bit, but it was a close battle, in my opinion. That was a back-and-forth game, another back-and-forth game. Mm-hmm. So, interesting game to play out, and I think the macro decisions is basically what gave Reign of Kings their victory there.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like maybe with a couple different calls, noticing the timers of objectives coming up soon, would definitely influence their plays a little bit more. So Goon Gang, unfortunately, you guys are going to be falling down a little bit to 3-3, while Reign of Kings going to be tied up with you, actually a little bit above you because they had the game over. I don't know if they had both games over you because this is week 6, so we're looping back around. I don't know if they have both games against you, but at the very least, it's kind of tied up now for you between you guys. So 3-3 and 3-3 for both of you. In any case, I've been Retro Dragon. This has been our gold games here for Get Wrecked Week 6. Pretty hard-fought games, to be honest. Quite a bit of pretty good ones. And, you know, we tried our best in order to stave out long enough for all of it. But in the day, those are going to be our games. I've been Retro Dragon. This is Crims. You have any words for us before we go ahead and sign off?
Yeah, someone try Olaf, please. I'll say if you guys try it and it doesn't work out, you can blame me. Try Olaf into that comp.
Like you heard it here first, folks. Blame Crims.
Well, you have to play Olaf comp. It has to be Olaf comp. Okay, it's not just Olaf in there. It's an Olaf comp. Okay, and then you can blame me.
Yeah, and then we can blame Crims. So try it out for a week. Currently, you guys are playing week 7. So I'm hoping I'll see it in week 8 streams. At the very least, that's all we have for tonight. And we're gonna be signing off here. So bye bye.
All right, see you, folks.